Hello everyone, this is Brijesh Kumar. Today I am going to teach you sonnet. Dear students, a sonnet is a lyric poem consisting of 14 iambic pentameter lines linked by an intricate rhyming scheme is called a sonnet. Italian poet Dante is the originator of this poetic genre. Dear students, before I begin, I would like to tell you what are the complexities which are kind of herein which you need to pay attention. The very first thing that a sonnet is a lyric poem. What is a lyric poem then? A lyric poem is a short subjective poem. It's not a lengthy poem like chivalric romance or like an epic. It's just a simple poem into which the poet tells about his own mood, and it's very much subjective, so we can call it a lyric. It's a short subjective poem. So a sonnet usually is again a short subjective poem because it consists of only 14 lines, and those lines are in iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter, that means unstressed stress that occurred usually in such a line 5 times, so it becomes iambic pentameter lines linked by an intricate rhyming scheme. What is the meaning of this intricate rhyming scheme? Intricate rhyming scheme, that means it follows different rhyming scheme. One is patriarchal rhyming scheme, another one that has been usually followed by Wyatt in England, and then another was Shakespearean rhyming scheme. Then there was another two which was started by another very famous Elizabethan poet, Edmund Spenser. So because of these things, these experiments, you can say that a sonnet usually follows a very intricate, very complicated rhyming scheme. Italian poet Dante is the originator of this poetic genre. Later on, it was followed by Petrarch thereon, whom we usually consider as the father of humanism, and then it was brought to England by Thomas Wyatt. And after Thomas Wyatt once brought it here in England, it was followed by different writers of Elizabethan era, including William Shakespeare and Edmund Spenser, two very great writers of sonnets. Then now we need to see the division of sonnet. So the first kind of sonnet is known as Italian sonnet, patriarchal sonnet, or classical sonnet. Why Italian sonnet? Because it was invented by Italian writer Dante. As I told you, patriarchal because Petrarch was a writer who wrote so many Italian sonnets in the way Dante itself was writing, and he almost perfected Italian sonnet. So it is also known as patriarchal sonnet, and it is also known as classical sonnet. Dear students, now the time has come to know about some very important features of patriarchal sonnet. It is named after Petrarch, as I told you, that he was a very great figure of Italy, and he was father of humanism. He wrote so many sonnets, and for his own beloved, composed of two parts. When you think about the format of when you try to find about the format of a patriarchal sonnet, you would usually find that a patriarchal sonnet is divided into two parts. Octave, that consists of 8 lines, and it consists of 2 quatrains of 4 lines with following rhyming scheme, usually A, B, B, A, A, B, B, A. And it is usually in the form of a question. Here you would find that a question is asked in this octave in these starting 8 lines, and then it is followed by sestet. And sestet consists of 6 lines, 2 tercet of 3 lines is following rhyming scheme, either CDE, CDE, or CDC, DCD, or CDE, DCE. And here in the sestet you would find that the question is replied. Dear students, after this you would find that after the 8th line there is a well marked pause or caesura, followed by a volta or the turn in the thought of for example, Milton's on his blindness. Dear students, here after 8 lines you would find that a pause occurs, that usually is known as caesura, and then it is followed by a volta, and there in the volta you would find that the response is given. And the fine example of this kind before us is Milton's on his blindness. Dear students, now after knowing what is a patriarchal sonnet, now the time has come to know about the English sonnet. What is an English sonnet? English sonnet was introduced into England for the first time in the mid of 16th century by Thomas Wyatt, the person who was given an order to be assassinated, to be killed in Tower of London because of the suspicion that he was having a kind of affair with the wife of Charles VIII, the mother of, remember, the great Elizabeth Anne Boleyn, Anne Boleyn, fine, who was followed by Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey. And then this person, when he brought a sonnet in England, he was followed by Henry Howard, who was Earl of Surrey at that time. And then Wyatt followed Italian model, while Surrey adopted a different model later known as Shakespearean model, right? Wyatt, he directly followed the model of Petrarch, and he wrote sonnet in that traditional format: octave followed by sestet, question followed by an answer. But later Surrey, he adopted a totally different style, and later on that style was perfected by Shakespeare. So English sonnet can further be divided into following parts. The first one is Spenserian sonnet, a 14-line poem which can be divided into 3 quatrains followed by 1 couplet with the following rhyming scheme: AB, AB, BC, BC, CD, CD, EE. Here you would find the number of lines is almost the same, 14, but here you would not find octave and sestet, rather you would find 3 quatrains followed by a couplet, right? And with a totally different rhyming scheme, because in the starting I told how intricate the rhyming scheme is of a sonnet. So here you would find a rhyming scheme that is AB, AB, BC, BC, CD, CD, and EE. And after that there is another kind of English sonnet that is known as Shakespearean sonnet. Dear students, it also contains 3 quatrains in 1 couplet like Spenserian sonnet, but with a totally different rhyming scheme. And here you would find the rhyming scheme is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, G, G. Dear students, here there's only one difference, and that is of this rhyming scheme. Here there is no correlation as was found in Spenserian sonnet, because you see A, B, B, A, then B you would find in the next quatrain, but here A, B, A, B you would not find B in the next quatrain, rather the next quatrain starts with another rhyming, that is CD, CD, and E, F, E, F, and then G, G. There is no kind of interconnection between the rhyming scheme here on in Shakespearean sonnets. Dear students, after that we need to know about some of the very famous sonnet collections of English literature. So the very first one that occurs in a mind is Astrophel and Stella by Sir Philip Sidney, and it is a collection of 108 sonnets in 11 songs, which is first addressed to Penelope and then to Lady Rich. And then the next collection is Amority by Spenser, and it is again a collection of 88 sonnets which is addressed to Elizabeth Boyle, who was his girlfriend. Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets, in which 126 is addressed to Mr. W.H., and here W.H. stands for so many other people, so many different people, I mean, and 26 sonnet is addressed to Dark Lady, and the last 2 sonnets, 153 and 54, both these last sonnets are addressed to Love God Cupid. Dante wrote his sonnets in the memory of Beatrice, to whom Dante loved too much, and Petrarch wrote his sonnet in the memory of Laura. So you can well understand how those the Italian sonneteers, especially Dante and Petrarch, all these people, they wrote their love sonnets in the memories of their girlfriends, right? And they used hyperboles, they used different kinds of figure of speech in order to praise the beauty of their girlfriends. Now we have come to know what a sonnet is, what are the variations of sonnet, what are the variations of the rhyming scheme, what are the famous sonnet collections in English literature. And very soon I will come with another video. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone. Thank you.